Hey guys, and welcome home. So today I wanted to kind of show you what I was doing. And so my stepsister got a new house, and in it there was a bunch of horseradish. So we actually dug up the horseradish because she didn't want it there. And so we're actually processing it right now. So right now you can see me processing it. I'm peeling the horseradish. So I got my peeler here. Now the aroma of the right, is that the right word?
The aroma of the horseradish is very intense. I'm all the way over across the room and I can smell it clear as day.
Yeah, you're supposed to do this outside, but it's starting to get dark outside, and yeah, no, it's still a little chilly. So I'm doing it inside, like in spurts. So we wash the horseradish, okay, because this is actually grown as a root in the ground. Okay, so this is some of the bigger ones. Some of the smaller ones are kind of like this. So all we did was scrub it with a brush in the sink, make them nice and clean. Now we're peeling it. Yeah, with a peeler. And then I'm throwing it into my food processor. So what we're doing is, because I want to grow it myself, the very tops started growing. So I'm going to keep these as plugs to plant on my property so I can actually grow my own horseradish. So the first step is this, and then I'll show you the next step when I get to it. Alright, so now we're actually taking my cut up and brain stopped working horseradish, and I've just put in a little bit of apple cider vinegar and salt, and now I'm going to pulse it. So at this point, I've chopped up my horseradish, and it's a little more pureed than the stuff you find at the store. It's also a little more potent. Now, what I'm doing is I actually have a food saver, and I'm using the food saver a little differently here. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the bags, I'm making them the length of my heating element. So my heating element goes from here to here. So I'm making the length of that, and I actually, this entire bag, and what I did was then I sealed the end, and I sealed going down the middle. So what I'm doing is I'm creating like these pouches in the food saver. Now, this is because I'm actually freezing this, and what I'm doing is I'm putting the stuff in here, okay? Putting it in here. I'm putting this part into here, into this like little compartment of the food saver, pushing this down, and up here, I'll turn the light on so you guys can see it a little easier. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there you go. So I have a dry and moist option, so I put it to the moist option, and then it has a vac and seal option. Now I've been pushing the vac and seal option and letting it vac, and then turning it off before it can seal. That way I'm getting as much air as I can out of these, and then I'm moving it really quickly to put the seal in. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do that here. So I've put the horseradish in my food saver. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my knife, and I'm actually going to, on the flat edge, not the cut edge, I'm going to take my knife, and I'm going to shrink it down I don't even know if you can see that. So I'm shrinking it down with my knife. So I've shrank it down a little bit, right? You know, I've packed it in there, shrank it down a little bit. And again, I'm going to put this on moist, and I'm going to put it on back. Now I'm watching it, also listening to the machine, and right before it seals, I'm popping it off. Okay? So right before it seals, I'm popping it off. And then all I'm doing is pushing this back up here where the sealing element is. So the sealing element's right about there. Pushing this down. Putting the lid down. Making everything nice and tight. And putting the seal on. That's all I'm doing. Once I'm done, I wind up with something that looks like this. So little packets. All I have to do is cut open what I need, put it in a jar, put it in the fridge, and there you go. But it's going to keep longer frozen. So I got my dates, all that. And I can even fold it up if I really wanted to. And voila, I throw it into my freezer. So, if you got a ton of horseradish and you don't know what to do with it, I will tell you right now, you need to be well ventilated while doing this. Because it's very potent, the stuff. If you're used to, I'm used to very harsh smelling stuff, so it bothers me, but it doesn't bother me. So if you're really used to harsh smelling stuff, do this outside. Don't do it inside. As you can see, I got my window open. I also got a couple fans going as well. So make sure I can hold my phone. Make sure that you're in a well ventilated area doing this. Make sure that if you are prone to allergic reactions, okay, because that's the thing. Like, I was never allergic to hot peppers until I got, like, overdosed in hot peppers. So if you're prone to stuff like that, make sure that you're wearing gloves, goggles, all that kind of stuff. And it's really quite simple. I'm using the food saver only because I have it. And you could simply put this in a freezer bag and stick it into the freezer. Now, there is another option, which is canning it. I personally have not tried the canning method. I want to, but I'm just going with a tried and true method and going with that. If I have enough horseradish the next time I do this, I might try the canning method. I've heard a couple weird things about it, so freezing it is the best way from everything I've read. So, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Alright, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And as okay, phone is like not focusing. the moment.